Hey everybody, it's Terry, D-Lab Electronics. To my left you see a very nice Fender Super Reverb chassis. This was sent to me for a basic tune-up. The amp had not been turned on in like 10 years. Okay, so the owner just pretty much wanted me to go through it, make sure the tubes are good, replace as necessary, of course recap it, give her a cleaning and make sure it's operational, which it is. I had so many projects going at the same time that I was not able to shoot a detailed video. In this video you're going to watch, you'll see how it arrived, what the caps looked like, some of the tube sockets, etc. I showed some basic repairs. The amp is working great. It's a super clean example of a Fender, and I'm sure that the owner is going to absolutely love it. The other thing I really want to cover in this video is there's a lot of you out there that send me donations, you know, through PayPal or through the mail, and I really do appreciate it. It's very cool. I've got this one guy that's been sending me donations. It's kind of comical. So he sends me a letter with my address, and the return address is also my address, right? But it's postmarked Johnstown, Pennsylvania, all right? So he just sent me one. I got it today with a $20 bill, and it says never send cash through the mail, and it says patron. Very cool, man. To tell you guys the truth, when I get cash like this, I reinvest it either into parts for the shop or a good bottle of wine. This will probably go for the wine. Anyway, I just wanted to express my thanks and the support that everybody showed me over the years, and I promise D-Lab Electronics is going to keep on rocking. We're going to kind of spread things out. Yes, I'm going to be doing amps, more ham radio stuff, and plenty more stale humor to keep you guys happy. Thanks a lot. Right before I start any repairs on the Super Reverb, let's give it a good look over. See if there's anything obvious that needs to be done. But this is a one-owner amp with very little maintenance in its past. Chassis super clean. You can see it's pretty much all original, except for that little sprig. Looks like somebody added that to the tremolo circuit to slow it down a bit. So it has the blue molded type caps installed. 2 conductor power cord. Death cap is under there. And then I noticed this is kind of strange. I've never seen this circuitry before on the Super Reverb. There's some 150 ohm resistors strapped from pin 8 to ground on the output tubes, and then there's these disc caps from the grids to ground. This must have been a factory update because it looks too clean for somebody to have added it. I talked to the owner, and we're going to leave that in there unless it causes problems. Alright, let's look top side. Alright, as I'm flipping it over, we might as well take a look at the controls. They all look original. Nothing looks interrupted. There's the negative bias cap, which is an old crusty original. We're obviously going to change that. Alright, let's go topside. Okay, topside inspection. You can see it is equally as clean. We've got the original transformers installed. All the tube sockets look great. There's no signs of damage or corrosion. I've already popped the top lid off of the capacitor assembly. These have been changed in the past. These here are those Illinois capacitors. I always have major issues with these. They're coming out anyway, but what I wanted to point out is these are 220 microfarad at 300 volts. The schematic shows these as, I think, 80 microfarad caps at 350. So I'm going to go ahead and replace these, but I found it kind of odd to see these 220s installed. So as I stated earlier, these caps have been replaced in the past. It looks like they went right down to the eyelet. I normally leave the old capacitor leads that were there originally, and then I do a J-hook, but these have just been poked in the holes. So we're going to go ahead and replace these all the way down to the eyelet. See how easy that popped up? There wasn't much lead down in that eyelet at all. So Anyway, we'll do it right. We'll make it secure. So here's the first FNT going into place. I'm going to put a little drop of adhesive on the bottom of these just to give them a little more support, because I'm not going to be able to get these leads down through the eyelets and wrap them. They're going to have to poke through, so I want to ensure that they don't move in the future. Alright, we're good topside. All the FNTs are installed. I'm going to flip it over, change out the parts underneath, get a line cord on it, and we'll give her an initial test. Alright, there's the new 3-conductor line cord installed. The ground is soldered direct to the chassis. Now I'm going to change out these 2 grid caps. I've got these nice sprays that are going to go in their place. I always change these, okay? If there's any leakage through these caps, it goes through the grids, your bias goes nuts, and you destroy your output tubes. It's a good investment to put in fresh. So the beauty of these eyelet boards is the components will pop right out. You sure can't do this on a circuit board. Out they go, and in go the new ones. Get a little fresh solder on them. Here's taking a little more heat. Come on. Always watch to see if that solder's moving. Yep, there she goes. Get them in place. You don't have to put a gigantic glob of solder. Just kind of refresh what's there. There you go. Okay, mission complete. I was able to keep the tone caps on the 2 channels, so it still has those Ajax molded type. I changed out the caps here as required, including the electrolytics. You've got nice sprays for your grid coupling. I installed a new LDR for your tremolo, and this is the little anti-tick cap. I left this section alone. Of course, we have the power cord installed. I did have to change out 1 pin in this tube socket. It was damaged. On this pot here, the knob had a stripped set screw, so I increased the size and installed a larger one, but at least you get to keep the original knob. New tubes installed. Got a bag of dead soldiers. Let's test it. Alright, so Tony's giving it the test.
I love Super Reverbs above all.
Yeah, she sounds good, man.